In this series, we'll be crafting APIs that will handle bookings, cars, users, and everything in between for our car rental management system. So get ready to master the tools of ASP.NET Core and C# programming language, designing powerful endpoints, and ultimately build an API project from scratch to completion. The key features that we'll be focusing on in this series are these ones: be able to manage car inventory, facilitate car booking creation, modification, and cancellation, handle user registration and authentication through API endpoints for registering and login, managing roles through creating roles and assigning them to users. Our API needs some tables to store the data, either in memory or physical machine. We will create entities like cars to store car details like model, year, make, rental price per day, etc. We also need users table to save users information like full name, phone number, email. Bookings table is required to keep track of who is driving what car and from which date to what date. We also need roles table to store roles to be assigned to users. Once we have our tables in place, we need to develop the relationships between them. So we have users to bookings, which is a one-to-many. A user can have multiple bookings, but a booking belongs to a single user. We have cars to bookings, one-to-many. A car can have multiple bookings, but a booking belongs to a single car. We have users to roles relationship, which is a many-to-many. A user can have multiple roles, and a role can be assigned to multiple users. In order for us to be able to develop our API, we need these technologies and frameworks. For the developing environment, we'll be using Visual Studio 2022. The API framework that we'll be using is ASP.NET Core 8.0, which is powerful and lightweight, and C# will be our programming language. Database management system will be using SQL Server. For object relational mapping, we're going to use Entity Framework Core for managing data persistency in our code. For logging, we'll be using Serolog. For the final API endpoints, we're going to build endpoints for user registration and login. We're also going to have API endpoints for retrieving current user information. This requires the user to first log in using email and password and get access token. We're also going to build API endpoints for listing all or available cars. We will make these endpoints public so that you do not need to log in to get the list of cars. We're also going to have admin role based endpoints. For example, adding car details that needs an admin, adding role, assigning roles to users, update cars availability status, get all users, etc. And finally, we're going to create updating and cancelling bookings endpoints. So let's explore the functionality of our API using Postman. I've chosen Postman for its speed and user-friendly interface, but feel free to use any tool of your choice. Trying to fetch the list of cars, but currently it's empty. No login is required for this public endpoint. Since the list is empty, we need an admin to add a car. Make a request to the admin endpoint for creating a car, providing the request body with car details. The response will be unauthorized, indicating the need to log in to obtain an access token. Login using email and password. The response includes an access token. Copy this token and set it as the value for the bearer token environment variable in Postman. Fetch the details of the current user using the bearer token. The response indicates that this user is an admin and can add a car record. Now add a car. The response should indicate success. Retrieve the list of cars again. This time there should be one car available. Try to book the newly created car. The booking request requires car ID, pickup date, and return date. Provide this data and initiate a booking. The response should show that the booking is pending and needs to confirm the booking. Admin sends a request to confirm the booking. Now there's no available car until the car is returned. Interesting, right? So are you ready to start building your own API? Don't miss part 2, where we start setting up the project, framework, and get to understand the ASP.NET Core. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like pedal, and join us on this coding adventure. Remember, in this series, we are not just building an API, we are building confidence. Let's code, create, and learn how to develop the REST API together.